up, VC? How's it going? Drinking a little brew, celebration. Now I did this last year, but I mean, it doesn't get old. I mean, it's just really doing it out of respect. So I'll probably say the same stuff and just ramble, but I gotta give, you know, my respect and pay tribute to the one and only Jay Dilla. It is his birthday. The man himself. It's a nice poster I got on eBay or Amazon a few years ago. It's a little tore up and stuff. I still keep it on the top shelf on the wall, just hanging. So I pulled it off the show. You know, I'm not going to go into a whole history. I mean, I think people who watch this video might have an idea who Jay Dilla is. So, last video I did last February, if you go all the way back to my channel, I sort of go into more of the history of who he is. But, all in all, amazing producer. In my opinion, greatest pop producer of all time. Obviously, there's some other cool people that are up there real close. I'd say Premier and Kanye are both pretty close. Some people say P-Rock. P-Rock's also great. P-Rock and Jay Dilla were good friends. Jay Dilla actually influenced P-Rock a lot. But all in all, my opinion, my personal favorite producer of all time. You know, when I started getting into record collecting a year and a half or so, or a little more than a year, things changed a bit because I remember, I'd say 3 years ago, in the past, those previous 3 years ago, before 3 years back, were probably my prime, when I had discovered Jay Dilla and everything was Dilla. Everything was Dilla. I had some great memories. Every year around this time, pretty much worldwide, US, every other country, there's tons and tons of tribute shows that are going on right now. With, you know, people, DJs throwing parties at venues, playing Dilla sets all night long. I mean, my buddies 2 years in a row took trips back and forth in the same exact night from upstate, 3 or 4 hour trips just to get to Manhattan so we could go hit up these tribute shows, and they were just unbelievable. Actually, they were just, I mean, there's nothing better. Unfortunately, I don't feel like there's really a big scene in terms of, like, I know some guys that are DJs. I know one guy in particular is really big on Dilla, and I don't know. I mean, hopefully he sends me a text if there's something going on with Dilla next week or so with a tribute show. I couldn't make it last year when he said he was doing it, but I would just love to be in my glory, in his glory. You know, in college I wasn't really buying CDs much at all, so, you know, I did a lot of copying and burning. I don't think it really means anything less in terms of being a fan, obviously. It's about the music. I had this whole little thing I used to keep in my car, Jay Dilla only, and so some cool stuff in here. I got the original Donut samples, as well as the original Shining samples, Donuts and Shining, 2 albums that he had put out. Slum Village, Fantastic Voyage #2, of course. Rare, heard, and unheard shit. Excuse the language. That's just like 30, 40 tracks of like minute and a half beats that he had made. Donuts and Jay Loves Japan. A couple of anthology discs here. DJ mixes there was. There's one DJ mix in particular that I love. Common, like Water for Chocolate, of course. Like almost everything on there, except for The Sixth Sense by Premier, is Dilla produced. Madlib, his Beat Conductor 6. Is it 6 or 5? I think it's 6. Bill Cosby Suite, where he does like a tribute with the sound. His beats are very Dilla sounding. That's great. Rough Draft. Now, here's funny. Me particularly, I was always a huge fan of this. Just because I don't buy vinyl all the time, of course, people would think, man, you must have all these vinyls, you know, like get Rough Draft, get Donuts, Welcome to Detroit, the instrumentals version on vinyl. I don't actually have it. The only vinyl I have of Dilla's I have bought, because it was the only thing there the day I went to the store, is Jay Stay Paid, which is the posthumous release that was put out in 2009 on Nature Sounds. I mean, there's great stuff on here. This is actually, I mean, it's a great record, and you know, you got 612, even 24, 27 tracks on here. Dilla Bot versus the Hybrid is the very first time that I actually ever heard Danny Brown. I heard Danny Brown and I was like, who is this man? And I got into him, and for the last 3 years I've been loving him, and he's starting to blow up real big. I'm glad he's getting all the fame he deserves. You know, songs on here that were never released before are some of the best Dilla. Specifically, The Mythicizer and Coming Back are fantastic. Just great record. It's a 2-disc set. King, my buddy Bolanos, my best friend, basically, my top friend. He's a huge fan of King. It's just a great album. But lately, I've been really feeling like I want to have some on vinyl. And the one I feel like I want the most, because personally I love it, is Dilla. There was another posthumous release put out in 2008, and it's Dilla beats that were all unreleased at the time, with this little brother who goes by the name of Illa J. And Illa J made a record called Yancey Boys. And Yancey Boys has some really sick Dilla production. And it's like, so it's brand new beats that were unreleased with his younger brother rapping all over them. And Illa J's got this really cool, like, laid back, kind of like, you know, swaggish type of flow and style of what he talks about. Some of the beats on there are just wonderful. So I really want to get that Illa J. They have an Illa J instrumentals vinyl and a regular album version. I made a mix here. Dilla Spin has all the tracks that Dilla spit on. He's very known for his production, of course, is what he did. But Dilla's actually a sick spitter. And his friends that he knew always talk about him, about how it was almost like his alter ego. Like, you know, like Dilla was this like sweet guy, great, amazing, loving guy. And whenever he spit, he always turned on this alter ego of like this like ghetto fab, gangster, real gutter type of style, and like the things he would say. And his verses are so freaking good. They really are. So I mean, I think he never gets the credit he deserves for being a spitter. You know, his raps are just freaking good. So what love got to do with it? It's all bullshit. You know what love is. Tell me one time. You know what love is. Yeah, I want to show these. I pulled these out last year. I'll show them again. These are fun. I shouldn't have scuffed them up, but what's the big deal? At the time, I was super excited. I have a buddy, well, I'm not that close to him, but he's a kid I knew from my hometown, and he was doing personal custom Nike Airs. So I had him do this J Dilla designs on these Nike Airs for me. I ended up wearing the shoes around for a bit, so it's scuffed up and they're not clean, so they're not like a collector or a thing someone would buy or something. I don't care because I'm not selling them, but they're cool to have. It's just a memory for me. So he did these similar designs here of Dilla with wings, like he's an angel, and the shoes are the sky. So, and it says "Turn It Up," which is a Dilla phrase. So you got R.I.P. on the back of this one, and then you got the same Dilla angel on the other side. This one was another thing that said "Keep Crushing," which is from a song of his. It's called "Crushing." It's a great song too. Keep crushing. And you got Dilla in the back, so you got R.I.P. Dilla shoes. Scuffed up, but you know. And they both got, you can hardly see it, but it's hard to see, but they both got the D, the Detroit D on the tongues actually. But yeah, I told you to take a photo of them for my Instagram, spreading that J Dilla love. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm talking for a while, so I'll go. I just want to pay my tributes. If you haven't listened to J Dilla, if you're don't know much about J Dilla, J Dilla changed my whole life, my whole way of looking at music. Disco Biscuits and Dilla were probably the two biggest things for me. Radiohead in high school, and then Disco Biscuits and Dilla were the biggest things for me in college. And then vinyl, collecting vinyl. Those are like my 4 big stages of life almost. It's like Radiohead expanded my music through high school. Biscuits changed my whole life on following a band for 50 shows. Dilla changed my entire appreciation of beat production and hip-hop in general. And then vinyl collection has just completely expanded my entire like forte of what I know about music. So it's been pretty exciting. I've been listening to my first Dilla today because I was at work all day, but it's all good because I was spinning records. I got a lot of records I've been wanting to listen to recently. It's all good because, you know, that's exactly what Dilla would be doing, which is be spinning records and checking out stuff. Oh, it's a good sample. The Q-Tip song. Let's go out on this note. Please listen to this. Let's ride. This is one of my favorite Dilla songs. He's flipped that guitar lick like crazy. Okay, now you're just watching me in my zone, so I'll go. Peace out.